right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744, and today, guys, we'll be doing our live stream for the weekend recap. So this was a bit of an early stream because I have somewhere to go after the stream, as well as the fact that there's not as much football this week because obviously, we had a lot of cup competition. Some of the leagues haven't really properly restarted, so this will be a much more shorter stream than usual. And yeah, so today we'll probably do around 30 minutes for today is my plan. So let me see what you guys are saying here in the chat. And we're going to go and get started. Bulgarian Ed says, yo. Tarchi just says, this is earlier than usual. Hello, Ace44 again. Hello. Thank you guys for joining. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Remember, guys, hit the like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here, guys. And we're going to be doing our live stream for today, guys. We're going to be doing a live stream for today. So, let's start with the first league. First league we're going to start with is the EPL, guys. EPL. So let me get my time stamp here and let me share the screen. We're going to go through the matchups of the EPL. So, yeah. Where are we? So, let's start with the first game we got here is Tottenham 1, Newcastle 2. Tottenham, not great. It wasn't a good start for Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham were very poor in this game. Obviously, Tanadine actually went to the game in person, so shout out to Tanadine. And it wasn't a really great performance. Obviously, Tottenham are going through injuries, as you can see. And look at the amount of injuries Tottenham have. Like, this is ridiculous. You got Mickey Moore, Vicario, Ben Davis, Christian Romero, Udogwe, Van de Veen, Richarlison, Odobert. I could give somewhat of a pass, but how much pass can I give? Because at the end of the day, this is a Spurs team that looks so bad. Bergvall made an error there for this one of the goals there. And Newcastle, man, they're fantastic form. Isak's been in the form of his life. And I think Newcastle's a team that could get European football. They have the potential to get European football. And I think they should at least get Europa League. And I would even say maybe try to challenge for top four. I don't know if they can challenge for top four. But still, like, they should at least be in contention. So, yeah, for Tottenham, as I said, man, not great for them. And at least they only lost by one goal, but yeah, Tottenham is just a mess. They're just a mess. And Ange Postecoglou, man, his job is on the hotline because, bro, Tottenham is actually 13th in the table, I believe. Where are they in the table? They're 13th. Sorry, they're 12th in the table. So, Tottenham, not been great so far. So, Tottenham, man, things aren't great for them. Bournemouth 1, Everton 0. Bournemouth gets a big win at home against Everton. An Everton team that have been in good form, guys. Remember, this is the Everton team that got draws against, obviously, Chelsea and Arsenal. And they managed to lose this game, which was kind of surprising. And obviously, Bournemouth have been in great form. It's now 8 Premier League games in a row, unbeaten. And, yeah, like I said, guys, shout out to Bournemouth for getting the win there. Obviously, David Brooks scoring the goal, coming off the bench there, 71st minute. And, yeah, I think it's a good win for Bournemouth. And, yeah, not much to really analyze there. Aston Villa 2, Leicester City 1. Aston Villa gets a big win at home, a needed win for them. And I think this is a big win for Aston Villa. They've been a bit underwhelming this season. Remember, they got top 4 last season. They have not been as good as last season. But at the end of the day, it's working out. And, yeah, it's just for Leicester City, man, they're just not good. I feel like Leicester City is bound to get relegated. I hope they don't get relegated, but I just don't think they're good enough, honestly. And I think they will get relegated, unfortunately. Hopefully I'm wrong there, but yeah, Aston Villa are very inconsistent. They're very bipolar. That's probably the best way to put it. So, yeah, Aston Villa, not the most consistent team whatsoever. And yeah, Barkley, Bailey, and Maldini got the goals there. Then obviously, the next game we got here is Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1. Crystal Palace gets a draw there at home against Chelsea, and Chelsea, man, they continue their winless streak. And Chelsea fans, you guys have to take a reality check. You guys aren't competing for the title. Chelsea are not in a title race. They're in a top 4 battle. And I think for Chelsea, what their aim should be this season is to get top 4. If they get top 4, oh, that's a great achievement. Get top 4, win the Conference League, fantastic achievement. if they can't deliver more than that, that's sad. So yeah, for Chelsea, as I said, man, not been great, and I'm just disappointed with Chelsea, man, because I really feel like this was an opportunity for them to continue, but now they're in winless streak. Obviously, Cole Palmer scored the goal there, but obviously Cole Palmer made an error there for the Matata goal there, and Eze got the assist there. But yeah, I mean, Chelsea, man, very inconsistent. Their defense is so bad. Their defense is such a liability, bro. I mean, this defense is not great. And obviously, Fofana is also injured for a while. Fofana is still injury prone. Maybe Chelsea might have to cut their losses with Fofana, like Reece James. But yeah, I mean, it's sad to see what happened to Wesley Fofana. He's out for the rest of the season, basically. I believe he's towards ACL. Manchester City 4, West Ham 1. Yeah, Manchester City get a big win, man. Huge win for Manchester City. Haaland delivered, Foden delivered. Now, guys, let's be careful here, guys, because West Ham have been atrocious the last 2 games. I mean, this is a West Ham team that have not been great so far this season. This is a team that just conceded 5 at home to Liverpool. This is a team that have not been great so far this season. So for Manchester City to beat West Ham, let's not give them that much praise. But obviously, we should be. It's good for Manchester City because Manchester City have not been great so far this season. It's been a very underwhelming season. Obviously, Savio got the 2 assists there. I think Savio is finally balling out there, hauling in those 2 goals. And yeah, Alvarez and Areola made mistakes there for the 2 goals. And yeah, West Ham are just a calamity, guys. They're just a mess, an absolute train wreck. And I think for West Ham, they have to cut the losses with Lopetegui. They have to cut the losses with Lopetegui. Lopetegui just isn't it for this team. And the sooner that West Ham realize this, the better it's going to be for because West Ham, I'm telling you this right now, guys, if they don't sack Lopetegui, this season could be very bad. This season could be very, very bad if they don't sack Lopetegui. And I don't know how Lopetegui is still keeping his job because he shouldn't have kept he shouldn't be he should have already been sacked. But the fact they've already decided to keep him on is disgrace in itself. So, but shout out to Manchester City, shout out to Haaland, and shout out to Foden for getting the goals, KDB as well. And I think Manchester City, they might start a winning streak. But like I said, for Manchester City, they can't, and I don't think they'll end up winning the Premier League. Because look how many points behind there. They're 12 points behind Liverpool, guys. Surely they can win this Premier League. And I'm looking at the next couple of games. This is going to be interesting. Because let's be real, guys. Okay, they should be Salford. They should be Brentford. They should be Ipswich. That Chelsea game is going to be interesting. And remember, Chelsea are kind of in bad form right now. The Arsenal away. The Newcastle. So I think this is where it's going to get tricky. February is, I think it's going to get tricky. Newcastle, Liverpool, Spurs, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Leicester, Man United. That's going to be difficult for Manchester City. But obviously, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. But yeah, Manchester City, man, huge win for them. Guys, I'm going to look at your guys' comments after I finish the league. So, Southampton 0, Brentford 5. Brentford absolutely obliterated Southampton. Southampton are so garbage, guys. Southampton are so finished. And I know they got the new manager, Jurich, and Jurich is a decent manager, but Southampton are finished. It doesn't matter who comes in for Southampton. Southampton is finito. This team is finito. This team doesn't have any hope, and they're going to get relegated. They're going to get relegated, guys, and it's going to be sad, guys, because this is the thing with the newly promoted teams, guys. They always go up and down. They get promotion, then they get relegated. They get promotion, they get relegated. Like it's a back and forth cycle. And for me, I just think Southampton is one of those kind of teams that are going to go through that. So yeah, for me, West Ham, for Southampton, I think they're going to get relegated. It's pretty obvious. So yeah. And yeah, shout out to Brentford for getting the win. Brighton won, Arsenal won. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing with Arsenal. This was a game that Arsenal this is a game that Arsenal needed to win. And my issue with Arsenal is that I've told you guys before. And the reason why I don't trust Arsenal is because they just don't have a clinical striker. They just don't have a clinical striker. I'm sorry, Gabriel Jesus. He is an average player at best. He is a purple patch player. He isn't a world-class striker. And Havertz, he's a moments player. Havertz will not give you goals every single game. He'll give you goals every now and then, but he's not a consistent goal scorer. And for me, for Arsenal, as I said, man, shout out to Nowari, the youngster. He balled out, scored a fantastic goal there. And then obviously Liverpool, and then obviously Brighton got the penalty there, Joao Pedro. Some would say it was a bit of a contentious penalty, but a penalty is given regardless. So yeah, I just think that for me, for Arsenal, as I said, man, it's not. It's a bit of a it's a bit of a frustrating game because they feel like they could have won this game, and Arsenal, man, I just don't trust them, man. So yeah, for Arsenal, as I said, man, very disappointing for them, indeed. Fulham 2, Ipswich 2, a back and forth game. Obviously, Ipswich took the lead there. Um, got the goal there, and then obviously Fulham got the equalizer. Raul Jimenez scored 2 of the 3 penalties, and then obviously Diallo got the penalty there. This game was a pretty great back and forth game. Both teams had their chances, and yeah, so shout out to Fulham there. And I believe I actually did hear something, and I think Pookie and Albert's going to like to hear this. I believe I heard that Raul Jimenez has surpassed Chicharito and the number of EPL goals scored. So shout out to Raul Jimenez, man, the Mexican guy. And yeah, it's fantastic to see. So shout out to Raul Jimenez. I'm sure Pookie's probably going to be happy hearing that. And yeah, man. So Chicharito, man. So yeah. So shout out to Raul Jimenez for that incredible achievement. All right, Liverpool 2, Man United 2. Now, obviously, I did my quick YouTube short, guys. You could check that out for a media reaction. This was a crazy game. This was a crazy game. Let me just say this, though. The first half was abysmal. That first half was atrocious. This game, the first half, was so bad. Like, if you guys don't believe how bad it was, just look at this right here. Both teams only had one shot on target in both halves. The second half, though, oh man, the second half was crazy. The second half was crazy. And it all started when Manchester United took the lead there with Lisandro Martinez. And guys, this was the first time United have scored at Anfield since 2018. And the last player to score for United at Anfield was Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard was the last guy to score at Anfield. It's crazy. And you got to get credit to Bruno Fernandes. And guys, I'll be honest with you. Bruno Fernandes wasn't that great. I still don't really rate Bruno Fernandes that highly, but Bruno Fernandes was fantastic today. Like, he was fantastic. He played a lovely pass there for Lisandro. Lisandro there scores. And I don't know what Trent was doing there in particular. Trent Alexander-Arnold was so abysmal there defensively. And I got to say, man, Trent was horrible. Trent was horrible today. He was caught off. Then obviously, we got the goal there. Great goal there from Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo destroyed De Ligt. And there's a reason why I put De Ligt in my most disappointing players this season. Because I really had high expectations for De Ligt this season. And De Ligt's not been great this season. He's not been great. So he's been a bit underwhelming. And then obviously the penalty. Now, for me, I think that penalty is a bit of a contentious penalty. I think it was a bit of a soft penalty. I could see why that would be given, see that wouldn't be given. It's not a stonewall penalty. It's not a stonewall penalty, but a penalty is given. And obviously, up step Mohamed Salah, and Mohamed Salah converts. And Liverpool, man, I thought they were going to win the game. I thought they were going to win the game 2-1 up. And I was like, okay, maybe let's see how Man United respond. And then Amad Diallo, man. This guy, man. Amad Diallo is something else. Because this guy just has this habit of scoring goals. And I've said this before, guys. I'm going to say this right now, guys. Amad Diallo is United's best player this season. Like, it's him or Mazraoui. In terms of goals, it has to be him. And I don't know what Robertson was doing there. Robertson gave him way too much space. And Amad Diallo converted. Amad Diallo converted to make it 2-2. And then, obviously, guys, there were some late chances towards the end. It got a bit scrappy towards the end. Liverpool had their chance at the end to win it. And then, obviously, Man United as well. And then the last chance of the game, guys, it falls to Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire puts it out wide. And, guys, if United had somehow won this game, I might have had to do an emergency stream earlier today. So, that was crazy. It was a great game. And yeah, I actually enjoyed this game. It was actually a pretty enjoyable top 6 game. And generally, guys, the top 6 games this season have not been great, generally speaking. But this one was a good top 6 game. I actually enjoyed watching this game. And I'm actually glad I watched this game because I was actually thinking, you know what? This might be, and this is also a nice thing about football. Football is now so straightforward. Just because one team is in such an atrocious form and one team is such good form, it doesn't mean a lot of humiliation will happen. Now, I knew there was going to be humiliation, I had a feeling Liverpool would win because this is at Anfield and Liverpool generally do win at Anfield. But I knew this wouldn't be a humiliation. I knew this wouldn't be like a 5-0, 6-0. It wouldn't happen. Because you know what the thing is, guys? Humiliations happen when you least expect it. It doesn't usually happen when you expect it. So I just think that for me, for Liverpool in particular, they weren't graded today. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Their best, like, let's go through the Liverpool players. I would say the man of the match for Liverpool was probably McAllister and probably Van Dijk. I would say those two were probably the best players. Cody Gakpo, he had the good individual moment there. I don't think it was that great throughout the game, besides a goal. Curtis Jones, Luis Diaz, eh. And yeah, and then obviously Salah didn't have a good game. Salah was actually very average today, actually, surprisingly. Uh Salah was very average. Um, Besides the penalty, he didn't really do much else. I thought Gravenberch was not great. Obviously, Trent was poor, probably the worst performer. Um, and Robertson wasn't great. Allison, it was okay. Like for me, like this, you can make an argument that this might be one of Liverpool's one of the worst performances they had this season. You could probably make that argument, uh, because they weren't really that great in this game. As for Man United, I think most of the team was pretty good. I think the only players that were particularly bad were De Ligt, um, and Hoyland, and maybe Kobe Mainu. That's about it. Everyone else I thought was good. Diallo was great. Bruno Fernandes was great. Diallo was great. Diallo was fantastic. I actually have to give him that. Mazraoui was great. Ugarte was amazing. Guys, I think Ugarte might actually be the man of the match for Man United. I thought he was probably the best player on the pitch. Maguire was actually really good as well. Lissandra was obviously great. Dillett, not great. Onana was actually pretty good as well. So I just think that for me, for Liverpool, man, it's one of those games where maybe they got overconfident. And I just think that Liverpool thought that we're going to win this game. Doesn't matter. Like, I just think they had that sense. And I think when Liverpool saw United score, they were surprised. They didn't expect United to score. So I just think for me, Man United fans, you have to praise Ugarte. Ugarte is an amazing player, guys. He's one of your best players. And I really think Ugarte is a player that could be very special. He is such an important player. He was fantastic on the day. And I don't know why there's a lot of criticism for Ugarte. I think Ugarte is an amazing player. And I don't understand the backlash he gets. So for me, Ugarte is fantastic. So then obviously the subs, we can quickly talk about them. Darwin Nunez, not really effective. Johnson, Bradley, Elliott, Garnacho, Yoro, I thought was decent. And Xerxes, not really. So yeah, I just think for United, as I said, man, are they good in big games? Are they good in big games, guys? Because you know what's really weird, guys? United have got a draw against Chelsea, um, Chelsea, then obviously Liverpool, and they beat a Manchester City. So I just think that for me, for Man United, maybe they're just big game merchants. Like, are they just good in big games? Because that's the weird thing with United is that if you look at the big games they've had this season, I think the only really, really bad game they had was against Tottenham. The one particularly at home. I actually think the one they played at Liverpool at home wasn't that bad. It was just that they made stupid mistakes. Like, I feel like for me, so maybe I should put a poll out there in the chat, guys. I actually want to hear what you guys say. Um, is Man United just good in big games, or this is just a one-off game? So, and for Liverpool, as I said, man, do we actually have a title race upon us? Because look at this, guys. Liverpool are 6 points clear. Now, remember, Liverpool do have a game in hand, and Liverpool do play Everton away. So if Liverpool beat Everton, which you would expect them to, although to be fair, Everton's a bit of a tough one because, it's a Merseyside derby. So that derby tax may come into play. I still feel like, see, the thing is with the title race thing with the EPL, Liverpool can draw points, but it's a matter of which team's going to capitalize and draw points. Because the thing is, I don't think there's any team, I don't see Arsenal, Nottingham Forest being that consistent for the remainder of the season. They're going to draw points here and there, especially Arsenal. And see, the thing is, like, what's really interesting, guys? I think Manchester City, you guys might find this hard to believe, but I actually think Manchester City might actually be bigger threats than Arsenal, which seems crazy to say because we all know that Manchester City, especially the second half of the seasons, they're going on a massive winning streak. So I'm just saying is that for the Premier League's sake, don't you dare let Manchester City win this league. Because I'm sorry to say, guys, if Manchester City win this league, I'm done with this league. I might never watch an EPL game ever again. If Manchester City wins this league, I'm done with this league. I'm done with this league. So I still feel like for me, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, guys. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We have an interesting title race upon our hands. And Liverpool, man, I think we can all agree Liverpool are the favorites, but whether they win the title or not remains to be seen. So, yeah, like I said, guys, we're going to see what happens. So let me read some of you guys' comments. We have a lot of comments to go through. We have a lot of comments to go through. Let me read some of your guys' comments. Bulgarian Edit says, yo, this is earlier than usual. Hello, stream again. Like, subscribe. This is so refreshing from HH's live stream. Yeah, dude, HH's live stream. It could get pretty crazy at times. Big up. Tottenham are awful. Yeah, Happy New Year. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, this is my first official stream on the new year, guys. So Happy New Year already. I know it's a bit late. But yeah, this is the first time we're streaming in the year 2025. So yeah. And just to get sacked, I agree. I bring Spurs to win the league. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. That's crazy. That's crazy. Happy New Year. Ben Davis and Richarlison aren't key players. No, Richarlison, Ben Davis maybe not really, but Richarlison's still an important player. So they still use him as a squad player. So yeah. Milan should have sacked Sultanali. Were you drunk? Everton are average. Sadly, I was fully sober. Sorry. Pickford saved them so much in this match. As well are so inconsistent. Van Nistelrooy must be regret taking the Leicester job. Respect Leicester, EPL champs. Leicester have declined since the 21 FA Cup win. All right. Okay, guys. I have to wrap it up soon. But let me go through these comments. They haven't finished, unfortunately. LC. Welcome to goal drought. Chelsea never going to win the Premier League. I dare them not to win the Conference League. That Fulham loss exposed them. Low. Leicester laughing so much. Man City aren't coming back. Man City still won't win the Premier League. Lopetegui has to be sacked. I'll let back to stat petting again. City. I swear Manchester somehow ended up winning the Premier League. I'll be angry. Brentford have a great record versus Manchester City recently. Wentford. Southampton awful. George was an awful appointment. Right, and Boma, decent forward. They should have sacked Martin earlier and appointed Moyes. Liverpool average equals sums up decline of modern football. These are the best teams in the world right now. Come on, Bucks. I think that's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh. Like, Liverpool have been great so far this season. There's a reason why they've only lost one game so far this season. Like, in all competitions. Like, you have to give them that. You have to give them that. They've only lost one game in all competitions throughout the season. So that's commendable. So I feel like that's a bit harsh to say, Bucks. But today, yeah, they weren't that great. I'll give you that. I agree, Bucks. Arsenal need a clinical striker. I agree. I'm as a Liverpool denier. Liverpool side 27-20 smashes the current Liverpool side. Now that I can agree with. That I can maybe agree with. Like, this isn't like this Liverpool team is not as good as your peak Liverpool teams. Like, for me, for example, I'm taking Mane. I'm taking Mane, Firmino, Fabinho, Henderson. Actually, maybe not Henderson, but Fabinho. And then obviously those kind of players over the likes of Cody Gakpo, Diaz, and Nunes, etc. So, but you just need to get out of football. I think the skill level is just average. So, like, are you looking for full squad deities or something? Yeah, I was just using it properly, to be fair. Slot's going to win the Premier League in his first season despite barely spending any money, while Arteta's been in the Premier League for 5 seasons and not won it despite spending at least 200 million. Yeah, it's a bit of an uncomfortable combo. So, yeah. See, the thing with Arsenal is that if they have to really consider Arteta. If Liverpool win this league, Arteta has to get sacked. No, 100%. 100% he has to get sacked. Because you've been in the Premier League for so many years, and a manager just came in his first season and won the league. I'm sorry, that's embarrassing for Arsenal. And this is a team that have been nearly FC for the last 2 seasons. Arsenal unreliable. I agree. I was never in football. I'm part of something more exclusive. Penn Mez, the Cristiano Dub Club. That's right, AD. Chicharito's still the GOAT. Chicharito's still a bigger Premier League legend. Shout out to him it is. He'll never score a goal with his face, though. I saw it with my own eyes. Diallo. Saul getting outperformed by Fernandez. Bad. 4 big chances at first half. Cody Gakpo, Haaland, McAllister, and Ahmed. Yeah, we had some big chances, but we have to admit, Box, the second half was better. The first half was still very Slot out. Oh, come on, that's stupid. Trent Real Madrid shouts when he's lucky to get a move to Trent McRubbers for his performance. Do me a favor. This is Fernandez we want to see. He did good. Trent made Diallo look like Roberto Carlos. Dang. Fernandez will go back to his old sub the next match. Anthony Robertson over Trent. Liverpool conceded Hobbit did brick. Gakpo's baller. Yeah, he's good. He's good, I guess. I swear Diallo always scores was Liverpool nowadays. Thus, point Delidi would be deliberately good after playing with Chiellini and Bonici. Artson's finish, I agree. Sorry. Like Carragher said, leave football before the football leaves you. He's finished. To which comment Xerxes was just offside, to be fair. Trent's head is Real Madrid. Thank God Maguire missed that chance. Johnny Evans, United's best player. No, he isn't. What I've counted? Oh, yeah. Oh, it was offside. It was offside. Okay. Okay, that was a big moment, low. Liverpool needs time players, Jerry. Real Madrid will get better second half of the season. They could feast on that Liverpool defense. Kind of feel somewhere overreacting, though. I don't understand what happened to Delid. Hello. It's one game. Wait, what? Van Dijk wanted to punch Trent. Shovels up his big miss for Liverpool. The way Liverpool played. Southampton scored 2 goals for Liverpool this season. Without Salah, Liverpool wouldn't be clear at the top of the Premier League. Portland is awful. He doesn't start any of the Premier League clubs apart from Southampton, maybe. Guardiola be world class. Ten Hag really sabotaged Man United. PSG really a rotten club. We regard suffer from that. You're a big time LSG, yeah. Nunes isn't a footballer. Loxy. Nunes elbow Delid. Liverpool should just sell Trent to Real Madrid at this point. Nunes is a footballer. He's just not a finisher, though. I agree. How many minutes does Chiesa have this season? That's a good question. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Chiesa's just, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. One-off game. Lazy players. I was going to say City, but they're not a top team. Whichever is doing. United show a lot of heart and fighting spirit. Chelsea's form is shocking. Man United hasn't played a good game into the Premier League yet this season. Well, I mean, they're unbeaten in the Europa League, Prime Barca, so I think it's a bit harsh. Bradley should have came on for Trent earlier. Derby tax, totally fine. Point still stands low. It won't happen. City won't win low. Let's go back to normal. I'm so happy to be in the Saudi League. And Liverpool fumbles the league title. I'm in, the guy for the job. Like the video, guys. Like the video, guys. Like the stream, guys. Let's get up to 10 likes, guys. 10 likes. Should stay to sporting. Atletico 13 wins in a row. No one cares about Atletico. Okay. Oh, you guys talk about La Liga now. We'll get to La Liga, man. We'll get to La Liga. Liverpool average, what you see by overreacting. Give the United boys credit. What? That's what Bears are doing. What's Arda doing? For what? They're doing 14. Sagar to the higher, sorry. Sorry, so unread. So I could control his players low. Was better with the Super Cup. Still guy Pookie. So, yeah, look at the guys. And also, one last thing before we move on to the next league. Mohamed Salah is now the 7th all-time leading goal scorer, and I believe he's tied with Thierry Henry. Guys, we may have a discussion at the end of the season, guys. If Salah wins the Premier League, and maybe even a Champions League, who's better? Thierry Henry or Mohamed Salah? We might have to have that convo, guys, but we're going to save it to the end of the season, guys. We're going to save it for the end of the season because that's a very interesting conversation to be had there. All right, let's touch upon La Liga real quick. Obviously, there was only one La Liga game this week. This was obviously the game in hand that Real Madrid had. And, wow, this was a crazy game. This was a crazy game. So, this game was crazy. Now, this game for me, there's a lot to discuss. There's so much to discuss with this game. And before we get to this one, let me see what you guys say in the poll. So, most of you guys are saying yes. Okay. So, let's talk about this game, guys. Real Madrid. Oh, let me just start with saying this right now, guys. Valencia is a very difficult team to play against, especially at home, especially the Mestalla Stadium. This is a difficult team to play against. This is a team that gives it their all. And you have to tell with Valencia, they're a very good team. They're a difficult team. And they scored that goal there. Shout out to Jura for getting that goal there to make it 1-0. And so how will Real Madrid respond? Then obviously comes a moment of obviously Jude Bellingham misses the penalty. It's like, man. Yeah. And then obviously Kylian Mbappe had the goal ruled offside. I think yourself, man, how will Real Madrid respond? Then comes the Vinicius moment. Now, guys, if we're keeping it real, Dimitri and Vinicius both should have got a yellow card because Dimitri did provoke Vinicius to react. But in the day, Vinicius, you shouldn't be reacting like that. You should not have retaliated like that, and that's a straight red. It's the right decision. But let's be real, guys. Dimitri also did start the confrontation. And had Vinicius not like overreacted, it would have just been a yellow. So, red card was given. And now this is where it's going to be interesting for Real Madrid. How do they respond? Obviously, Carlo had to make some substitutions. He obviously took Dani Ceballos off. Luka Modric comes on. And Luka Modric just scored that fantastic goal. Great goal there from Luka Modric. Then obviously Jude Bellingham scored a last-minute winner there for Real Madrid. So for Real Madrid, as I said, man, Vinicius Jr., he is a good player. And I still rate him very highly. The problem is he's very emotional. And there's certain teams that really gets the best out of Vinicius. That's Atletico Madrid and Valencia. These are the two teams that target Vinicius the most of all the La Liga teams. And for Real Madrid, this team has character. Jude Bellingham has a character of winning. He wants to win at all cost. He doesn't care how you win. He just wants to win. And I think that's the thing that Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham brings. He has that spirit, the mentality, that never give up attitude. And I just think it's crazy. And Valencia had a last minute chance. Thank you for letting me know. I forgot to mention that. And I think for Real Madrid, Bellingham is huge. Now, we're going to see how many games Vinicius is suspended for. I believe he's going to be out for, let's see how many games. Does it say in the football? I believe it's going to be a 2-game suspension. I believe it's a 2-game suspension. And let me see, how many red cards has Vinicius picked up in his career? Let me actually check. And maybe you guys let me know in the chat, guys. How many red cards has Vinicius had in his career? Let me see if I can find out. Maybe I need to search here. All right, so I just checked. He's got 2 red cards against Valencia. He's got 1 red card against Botafogo. And I think that's it. He's not picked up any more red cards. So my thing for Vinicius is that you have to be careful how you react, because I think reaction is very key. And I think for Real Madrid, there's a lot of overreaction I'm seeing on Twitter. People are saying, oh, this justifies Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or and everything like that. And for me, I don't want to start the whole debate again, but let me just say this isn't a really good way. Because remember, Rodri also got a red card last season. Remember, he choked one of the players, and he got a straight red card for that. So, the thing is, each player's had their moments of, red cards, okay? Most players have got a red card before in their history. So, for me, anyone that tries to say, "Oh, this justifies everything like that," you're just dumb. That's not a good. That's not for the reason. So for Real Madrid, as I said, man, they're coming into form, and I think the second half of the season they're gonna be a lot better than they were the first half of the season. So yeah, Valencia, man, it's a very hostile place. Mestalla is a very difficult place to travel to, and I know how it feels. I know how it feels as a Barca fan. Valencia, as I said, man, I'm really scared and worried for them, because this is one of the biggest teams in La Liga, one of the most historic teams in La Liga, and they might potentially go down this season. There is a potential shot they may go down, and maybe they need relegation. Maybe they need a relegation for this club's sake to change stuff, and maybe that's what they need. Maybe that's what they need to get a reality check. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Indeed. So let me see what you guys say in the chat, guys. So let me do a quick poll, guys. And I'm going to ask you guys, should Real Madrid be worried about Vinicius' mentality, or they shouldn't be worried? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. So let me read some of you guys' comments. I'm gonna say it. Bellingham is a very good player, obviously. Valencia can't stand you at all. Modric scores for his 13th consecutive season at Real Madrid. Vinny's a hothead. Carbon's a great appointment for Valencia. Hope they get relegated. Vinny never learns. Vinny needs a manager like Sargas Ferguson or Ancelotti to be strict, or actually be more strict with him in December. Vinny just tapped him. Goalkeeper dived. Vinny's temper for Real Madrid and Brazil is worrying. They know Vinny on purpose to get a reaction. This is true. This is true. This is true. So, great comeback for Real Madrid. Vinny falls the trap. Yeah, books. TGS. Forgot to talk about last Valencia chance. Barcelona bid. But him is that guy. That tempo is top class. Prime Barcelona's died. But I said Real Madrid too. Hey, Madrid did too. About 8. No idea. The mistake don't like him. Ronaldo got sent off. At Valencia for once grabbing a defender's hair. Vinny has to be dragged off the pitch. Lewandowski touching his nose to go 3-game ban. That was a weird red card. But Vinny almost attacked the referee, only 2-match ban. TG. League is ran by Florentino in Paris. Valencia more European heritage than Arsenal too. Prime Barca, yeah, that ref screwed us. Valencia's trash. Why did Valencia mistreat Vinny? Didn't he donate millions to them? Obviously, they should be worried. He's getting away with stuff like that. He's bound to do something worse. He needs to learn to control his temper. That's 100% true. 100% true. So here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing. Lewandowski 25 goals, 25 games this season. So here's my thing with the whole Vinicius thing, guys. I think Real Madrid should be concerned to some degree. Now, I do feel like there is a bit of an overreaction to say that he's a terrible guy. He's so angry and stuff like this. I still think he's a top player, and I think he has the right attitude. But the issue is you can't be that emotional. You just can't. And you have to learn how to deal with it. And I think there's particular teams, as I said before, guys, Valencia and Atletico Madrid fans, Valencia and Atletico Madrid get the best out of Vinicius. So Vinicius has to figure out a way to control his temper. And I think that's going to be interesting. Now, let me look at Real Madrid's next couple of games, guys. I actually want to look at Real Madrid's games because Real Madrid are top of La Liga, guys, with 43 points. They're league leaders. And let's go look at the next couple of games for Real Madrid. So with Bellingham suspended, let's go look at the next couple of games. So Real Madrid got Las Palmas and La Liga. That should be winnable. And Real Valladolid. That should be winnable. So I don't think Real Madrid will really miss Vinicius too much because I would expect 2 wins out of 2 for those 2 games. And yeah, I mean, looking at Real Madrid's schedule, I guess we could look at this real quickly. Real Madrid's next tough game is potentially maybe Stade Brest and the Champions League. Atletico Madrid. This is going to be the big one. February 9th is going to be a big one, guys. On Sunday, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one. Big one. So I would say before the Atletico Madrid game, most other games should be winnable. Like Real Madrid should go undefeated in these couple of games. They shouldn't lose a single game. So I just think for Vinicius, man, he has to control his temper. He has to figure out something. Someone has to help him. Someone from the boarding staff probably needs to help him. And yeah, it is a bit of a concern for Vinicius because obviously Vinicius doesn't have that many red cards. We just checked right here, guys. I can show you guys right here, guys. Vinicius only has 2 direct red cards in his entire career. So now second yellows, not a second yellow. So Vinicius has got 2 red cards against Valencia in his entire history. So yeah, and like I said, guys, red cards. Most players have got red cards before in history. So to say that, oh, I've never got a red card before and this stuff like this, no, most players have. So, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Serie A, guys. This will be the last league. Normally, I go to the other leagues after Serie A, but I have to leave after the Serie A segment, so I'm gonna be wrapping up here. Indeed. So let's go look at it. Serie A. Serie A, man, Serie A. So, let's read some of you guys' comments. Does he need a captain like Ramos? Angela doesn't seem to care about that much. Ronaldo and Messi retarded a lot. You can't react every time. Yes. Ramos a hot head too, but low. But yeah, I'd say so. So give him a slack. When you're losing in football, you can get very irritated, especially when you're provoked. Ramos performed for his country. Yes. For his club too. Ronaldo was probably targeted too, but handled it well. Iniesta doesn't. Yeah, Iniesta doesn't. Messi reacted, never got a red card after. Not once. No, Messi did get a red card. Messi did get a red card once. And the Spanish Supercopa against Bilbao. Yeah, he got a red card once. I think and I think he also got one in the Copa America. So he's got two red cards, I believe, in his history. 2 red cards. So yeah, he's like I said, most players have reacted badly. It's just a matter of it's just a matter of the referee itself. And that's also another problem, guys, that referees aren't always consistent. Sometimes it goes up in the air. And once the react was bad. Drew, yes, he did. Ramos, he did. Messi also got a red card against Chile. Bro, Pokey, there's no excuse for Vinny. He should have got booked and got a bigger punishment. The red card, he got in his Copa America was harsh because Medel was the only one attacking him. Yeah, that one was a bit harsh. I didn't agree with that one. But the one in the Super Cup, I agree with. I meant for violent conduct. Well, Messi also got a red card in his debut for Argentina. He literally was about to attack Red, bro. Why are you trying to get excuses? Okay, let's move. Let's move. So last topic we got here, guys. It is Serie A, guys. Serie A. So Serie A, man. Serie A. Now, unfortunately, let's see, round 18. So I talked about this in my December recap. So round 19. Okay. So we're going to start with the first game we got here. It is Venezia 1, Empoli 1. So shout out to Venezia there with a draw there. And then Napoli destroyed Fiorentina on the road. I did not expect Napoli to destroy Fiorentina. Fiorentina have actually been pretty good this season. It's actually been soft from Fiorentina this season. They have actually been great this season. So you have to give credit to Fiorentina. They've been fantastic this season. Credit to them. And yeah, I'm a bit surprised it was a bit of a blowout. And obviously Lukaku, Balda, and David Neres, man, a former Ajax player is balling out too. Shout out to Napoli there with a big 3-0 win there. Then obviously Hellas won 0, Udinese 0. Good result there for Udinese there on the road. The Cagliari 2, Monza 1, Lecce 0, Genoa 0, Torino 0, Parma 0. Then Roma won the Rome derby 2-0, guys. And I don't know how Lazio but didn't score. Lazio had so many chances. They had so much possession, but they didn't score. And it was all Lazio in the second half. They had so many chances to score, but they didn't. And yeah, like I said, guys, so shout out to Lazio for the big Roma there for the big win there. And Roma, man, finally gets a big win. Roma have not been good so far this season, but they get a massive win in the derby. They're now 10th in the table. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens. And obviously Atalanta, Juve, Inter, and Milan didn't play this weekend because obviously they played the Super Cup. And we're going to have the Super Cup final tomorrow, guys. We're going to have a Milan derby tomorrow, guys. It'll be interesting to see which team wins the Milan derby, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. So let me go ahead and look at your guys' final couple of comments. Then we're going to wrap it up here, and then I have to leave, guys. So sorry this was a bit of a short stream, guys. But yeah. And obviously Ligue 1 also started today as well. So Ligue 1 is back this weekend. So we're going to look at it another time. But yeah, let me read some guys' final comments. I'm just upset because the goalkeeper dive low, as he's a very invaluable player. Scratching my head. No, he isn't. I'm not making excuses. Hey, did you rate the Biden trophy? Nope. I wasn't talking about that red part. Kind of cooking, McTominay. Anyways, shout out Courtois. Lukaku under constant world class. Let's keep it the world class. I was surprised Man United didn't try to sign Neres when Ten Hag was manager. Werner cooking. Man, stop. Plus, they ended the Juve's unbeaten run. Well, actually, no. Juve already lost this season. They lost to Stuttgart. So that's the second L Juventus have had this season. Well, yes, he's very good for real, Tari. Nope. Juve lost in the CL already. This is Super Cup is format. Stupid, but in the league, Poogie. It should be played in Saudi. It shouldn't be played in Saudi. There shouldn't be a semifinal. I agree. The league's more important than CL. Milan might scam a trophy they don't deserve. Modern football knows me. Low. I really wanted Juve to go unbeaten. Milan did beat them in the league, Albert. Yeah, dude, that was a Super Cup. Super Cup is not relevant. The Super Cup league is different. Juventus are still unbeaten in the Serie A league itself. So it's going to say Napoli is top of the Serie A. So all right, let me wrap this up, guys. I have to go soon, but they still won Super Cup League. Lol, there I fixed it. Gotta go. See ya. All right, guys. Last poll we're gonna have here, guys. But yeah, like I said, for Napoli, man, the top of Serie A right now at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if they could win this league. And like I said, obviously it's a bit weird the table because obviously a lot of teams have games at hand. Obviously, Atalanta, Inter, Juventus, Fiorentina have a few games at hand, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. So obviously, we'll do our next weekend recap, and then we'll probably have the full table by then. You guys will see what is happening. So hope you guys did enjoy today's stream, guys. We've been here for around 46 minutes, and I think that's a good stream. So like I said, Bundesliga hasn't started yet. La Liga hasn't officially started, so we'll go look about that next weekend. And next weekend, guys, we may have an El Clasico Super Cup, guys. El Clasico Super Cup final on Sunday. So we'll probably merge the streams together. So yeah, let me go ahead and end the stream, guys. Let me look at your final comments. Stream was good. See ya. Go wait for your normal live stream back. That Rome Derby was crazy. See. There, fixed it. They still won. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap the stream. Everyone, guys, like and subscribe. Let me see how many likes we're on before we wrap it up. We're currently on 10 likes. 10 likes. All right. So I'm going to see you guys next weekend, guys. Next weekend. Peace out.